Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, exactly 1 week until Election Day. 7 days to go. Overnight, Vice President Harris in Michigan with running mate Tim Walz by her side, working to win over working class voters with a message on the economy and American manufacturing as Harris prepares to make her closing argument in Washington. At the same site Trump rallied his supporters before they rioted at the Capitol on January 6th. Overnight, former President Trump in Georgia as his campaign scrambles to contain the fallout from his Madison Square Garden rally after one comedian called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. Plus, the state of the race for the House and Senate.
The FBI searching for the arsonist behind fiery attacks that destroyed hundreds of ballots, and the new warning about election violence.
The new move that could lead to the Menendez brothers' release from prison, what their lawyer is saying this morning.
Sean Diddy Combs faces new lawsuits, including one from a man who claims he was 10 years old when Combs sexually assaulted him.
Package pursuit.
Excuse me!
The young women who chased down a suspected porch pirate.
Do you want the police called? Give me the package. Drop them.
And what police say you should really do in that situation.
Gisele Bundchen's big news, the 44-year-old supermodel pregnant with baby number 3.
Wake up to the morning dreams are made of. Eva Longoria is here.
Yay!
Davine Joy Randolph is here. Plus, Derek Jeter, Kevin Burkhardt, Alex Rodriguez, and Big Papi are live in Times Square with LA on the brink of sweet dreams.
And it is gone!
The Dodgers now 1 win away from winning the World Series.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. Thank you for being with us on this Tuesday morning. And we are 1 week out from Election Day. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in Michigan overnight. Donald Trump in Georgia as his campaign deals with the fallout from Sunday's Madison Square Garden rally.
The candidates preparing their closing arguments for the final vote. State of the race is tight as ever. Pierre Thomas following election security concerns. Rick Klein standing by tracking the 7 key battleground states.
Rachel Scott is tracking both the control of Congress and the Trump campaign. But first, our chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce starts us off in Detroit on the Harris campaign. Good morning to you, Mary.
Hey, Robin, good morning. Well, 1 week to go, and Kamala Harris is now really trying to hammer home what she says are the two extremely different visions for America that voters are now facing. She's trying to mobilize her supporters to the polls and reach out to that tiny sliver of undecideds who may still be on the fence. Overnight in all-important Michigan.
Are we ready to vote? Are we ready to win? Yes. And we will win. And we will win.
Vice President Kamala Harris with running mate Tim Walz by her side.
If you're feeling any of that anxiety, any of that nervousness, any of that worry, we've got the solution for you. Get out there and vote for Kamala Harris.
Harris pitting her vision for the presidency against Donald Trump's.
And I'd ask us to just imagine the Oval Office in 3 months. Okay? So just picture it in your head. So either it's Donald Trump sitting in there, stewing over his enemies list, or me, with your help, working for you, checking off my to-do list.
Harris accusing Trump of stoking hate and division after speakers at his weekend rally made racist, sexist, and bigoted remarks.
Donald Trump spends full time trying to have Americans point their finger at each other. Fans the fuel of hate and division, and that's why people are exhausted with him.
Crisscrossing this critical state, Harris eager to woo working-class voters, lasering in on the economy and boosting American manufacturing.
We're not going to have China beat us in the competition for the 21st century.
Well aware the cost of living is top of mind for so many, Harris urging voters to compare her economic plan to Trump's.
Donald Trump will raise costs on you and your family. In fact, independent economists have analyzed both of our plans and found mine will cut your costs and strengthen our economy, while his will increase inflation and lead to a recession by the middle of next year.
In a battleground where a small sliver of votes could make all the difference, Harris aware she has work to do. After facing pushback from some in the state's large Arab and Muslim community, Harris overnight addressing protesters, calling for an end to the war in the Middle East.
I hear you. On the subject of Gaza, we all want this war to end as soon as possible and get the hostages out, and I will do everything in my power to make it so.
And she concedes she needs to do more to close the gender gap and win over men. Microphones picking up her conversation with the state's Democratic governor, Gretchen Whitmer, at a bar in Kalamazoo over the weekend.
I've been bugging your whole team. I'm like, okay, we gotta do this, and this, but everyone's ready to look at this. Yeah.
Oh, we have microphones and I was listening to everything. I didn't realize that. Okay. So, well,
You'll
now
bleep
you tell
my
us.
F words.
We just told all the family secrets.
Hoping to reach out to those key constituencies, Harris tonight will make her closing argument speaking at the same site where Donald Trump addressed his supporters on January 6th. But this speech in Washington, I'm told, will be about far more than just the threat Harris says Trump poses to democracy. She's trying to paint a picture for voters of the kind of president she will be and how she plans to deliver for the American people. Michael.
You know you'll be covering that for us. Thank you so much for that, Mary. And let's go now to Rachel Scott, who's tracking the latest on the Trump campaign from West Palm Beach, Florida. Good morning, Rachel.
Michael, good morning. From inside Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate, this is where the former president will try to get ahead of Vice President Kamala Harris's closing arguments that she is expected to deliver there in Washington later today. But it is Donald Trump who in the final stretch has found himself on defense. Overnight, with just 1 week to go, Donald Trump campaigning in battleground Georgia, pushing back on accusations he is a fascist.
They use that word freely, both words. They use it, he's Hitler. And then they say, he's a Nazi. I'm not a Nazi. I'm the opposite of a Nazi. I don't know.
Vice President Kamala Harris has not said that Trump is a Nazi, but she did agree with Trump's former chief of staff, retired four-star General John Kelly, who said Trump amounted to a fascist. Kelly said Trump would rule as a dictator if he could, saying the former president praised Hitler multiple times, saying, quote, he did some good things. Those comments clearly getting under Trump's skin.
She's a fascist, okay? She's a fascist.
The former president boasting about his rally at Madison Square Garden that was marked by racism, sexism, and vitriol.
We could have filled it up 10 times. If you looked outside, you saw all the way back to the Hudson River.
The Trump campaign scrambling to contain the fallout after speakers they invited made disparaging comments like this.
I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah, I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Trump has not disavowed, apologized, or distanced himself from Hinchcliffe's comments. His campaign did issue a statement saying it doesn't reflect the view of the former president. But sources tell ABC News that his advisors even debated on doing that. And his running mate said this.
I'm not going to comment on the specifics of the joke, but I think that we have to stop getting so offended at every little thing in the United States of America.
But Democrats pouncing. Former President Barack Obama speaking in all-important Pennsylvania, where there are 500,000 Puerto Ricans.
The warm-up speakers were trotting out and peddling the most racist, sexist, bigoted stereotypes. One guy called Puerto Rico, quote, an island of garbage. Now, these are fellow citizens he's talking about.
The Obamas blitzing the battleground states for Harris. Former First Lady Michelle Obama over the weekend laying into Trump, saying voters are ignoring his, quote, gross incompetence. Trump saying she made a big mistake by attacking him.
You know what's nasty to me? Michelle Obama. She was Ooh. I always tried to be so nice and respectful. Oh, she opened up a little bit of a box. She opened up a little bit of something. Oh, she was nasty. Ooh. Shouldn't be that way.
At that rally in battleground Georgia last night, Donald Trump also praising billionaire Elon Musk, who is holding campaign events in these critical battleground states in support of the former president, and also handing out $1 million checks to registered voters who signed his Super PAC's petition. Now, sources told us that the Justice Department sent out a letter warning Musk that could violate federal law. And this morning, we have learned that the Philadelphia District Attorney has now filed a lawsuit over this giveaway. A hearing is expected on Friday, George.
Okay, Rachel, stand by and let's bring in our political director, Washington Bureau Chief Rick Klein. Latest on the polls and early voting.
Yeah, George, good morning. These are the latest polling averages from 538. The 7 states that are almost certainly going to determine the presidency. Things close as ever, and we're seeing a very slight Trump edge in several of the battleground states. Kamala Harris's numbers have gone down just a little bit, although all within the margin of error. And we are seeing an explosion in voting. More than 50 or almost 50 million people have already voted. Pace is actually down a bit from 2020 when COVID drove so many people to vote by mail. But Republicans have started early voting off strong basically everywhere. North Carolina is one example there. You could see Democrats were outnumbering Republicans slightly early on in the voting period, but that has started to change. A lot of these voters happen to be people that would show up anyway at some point. It means there are still more Democratic and independent voters to chase. And it is a similar story in the state of Wisconsin. You see Republicans making up a greater share of the electorate than Democrats. Again, a lot of those are people that are going to vote anyway. The deciders are still out there and still gettable for the campaigns, George.
And Rick, our poll shows that people generally trust the voting process.
Yeah, this was striking to me because all the concerns we've seen around voting, people are broadly convinced that results are going to be accurately reported. 69% of people say they are confident that votes will be accurately counted. But among Trump supporters, it's actually a bit less. More than half of Trump supporters say they don't think that all votes are going to be counted accurately this year. Overall, 86%. So really the vast majority of Americans say they are prepared to accept the outcome of the election either way. But this is striking. 66% of voters say they don't think Donald Trump will accept an outcome that doesn't go his way. That is double the number that think the same of Kamala Harris. Of course, George, Trump did reject the outcome of the 2020 election, and he has refused to say outright whether he would accept the 2024 results.
Yeah, he's laying the groundwork for a protest. Okay, Rick, thanks very much. Rachel, let me come back to you. Do your day job. When you're not on the campaign trail, you cover Congress. Where do things stand for the battle for control of Congress?
Well, George, I will tell you that both sides are preparing for the very likely scenario that both chambers of Congress could flip on election night, which means whoever wins the White House could be faced with a divided government. So let's start over in the Senate, where Democrats have a razor-thin majority. They're going to be playing a whole lot of defense on election night. They have 23 seats that are up for grabs. Republicans feeling pretty good about their chances to take back the Senate, especially after Joe Manchin decided not to run in West Virginia. They have their eyes set on Montana and Ohio, too, where Senators John Tester and Sherrod Brown are the last statewide Democrats in very tight races. Over in the House, Republicans have a razor-thin majority, and Democrats have to keep every seat and flip 4 to take back the House. Many of the seats that Republicans are defending on election night are toss-ups, including some there in New York, which is why there was so much concern about those comments made at that Madison Square Garden rally over the weekend and how it would impact races down the ballot. George, as you can see, the former president preparing to deliver remarks here at his Mar-a-Lago estate, already blasting the music as his supporters file in, George.
Rachel, thanks very much. Robin?
Okay, George, the FBI investigating fires that were set in ballot drop boxes in the Pacific Northwest that destroyed hundreds of ballots. One local official called it, quote, an act of terror. Our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, is in Washington with more. Good morning, Pierre.
Robin, good morning. Authorities here in Washington are watching the situation out west closely as they intensify the hunt for a suspect literally burning up votes. The ballots were literally on fire inside this drop box in Vancouver, Washington.
We do have smoke coming out of the ballot box.
Now officials say hundreds of ballots at this location have been damaged. And the FBI is on the hunt for the suspected arsonist, who authorities believe is also behind 2 other fiery attacks on ballot drop boxes around the Pacific Northwest. Officials say those fires, only miles apart in Portland, Oregon and Vancouver, Washington, were sparked by incendiary devices attached to the outside of the drop boxes.
It looks like there's some kind of device attached to the ballot box.
Authorities releasing this photo of a Volvo they say is connected to the suspect.
If you use that ballot drop box after 11 o'clock a.m. on Saturday until early this morning, you should get a replacement ballot.
All this as Homeland Security officials issued a new bulletin warning that domestic radicals are posting threats of violence toward election officials or infrastructure to prevent perceived fraud or to retaliate against it. If anyone is helping the suspect destroy ballots, conspiracy charges could be brought that carry a maximum of 10 years in prison.
This is a serious crime, Michael.
Yeah, it is very serious. Pierre, thank you for bringing that to us. We're going to go overseas now to the war in Ukraine. The Pentagon says North Korea sent 10,000 troops to train in Russia and will likely send them to fight against Ukraine in the coming weeks. Our chief foreign correspondent, Ian Pannell, joined us with more. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, Mike. That's right. NATO's warning North Korean troops are now moving towards a battlefield in the Kursk region of Russia. Remember, this is where Ukrainian troops entered over August. The Pentagon saying 10,000 North Koreans are now training inside Russia. Ukraine saying this is video of them inside the country as North Korea's top diplomat begins an official visit. The US is increasingly concerned that they're going to be used to fight against Ukraine. President Biden referencing reported conversations between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin, which both have denied, by the way, calling it very dangerous. The US saying North Koreans will be considered fair game if they enter the war. And I think in a mark of potentially how dangerous a moment this is, South Korea's president talking to Zelensky, sending a delegation to Kyiv and saying this is a significant security threat to South Korea as well. Guys.
Okay, Ian, thank you very much. Going to switch gears now, go to the World Series. LA Dodgers 1 win away from sweeping the Yankees. Oh, sorry you have to report on this.
Good morning. Sorry. To paraphrase a Yankee legend, Yogi Berra, it got late early out there, guys. 3 batters into the game, another Freddie Freeman home run, put the Dodgers up 2-0. That's almost all they would need. And now the Yankees need a miracle. LA now 1 win away from a World Series title. The Yankees now 1 game away from being swept. Freeman's first inning 2-run home run there, his 3rd of this World Series, tying a record by homering in 5 straight World Series games dating back to 2021. A stunned New York crowd on hand for the first Yankees World Series game at home in 15 years. Didn't really have anything to cheer for all night. Superstar Aaron Judge's postseason woes continued. The slugger striking out here early on. He went 0 for 3 overall on the night. The presumptive American League MVP has just 1 hit and 7 strikeouts in 12 World Series at-bats. His batting average, an anemic 140 for the postseason in its entirety. And the lock for the National League MVP wasn't a lock to play this game. Shohei Ohtani battling through a shoulder injury. You see him there cradling his arm as he ran back to the dugout after an at-bat earlier on in the game. But LA didn't need Ohtani to win. The rest of the Dodgers lineup picking up the slack en route to a 4-2 win. 1 more, they are World Series champions. And coming up in our next hour, the Fox crew, including World Series champions David Ortiz, Derek Jeter, and Alex Rodriguez, along with Fox host Kevin Burkhardt, are here in our second hour to break it all down even more, guys.
All right, so we got to talk about it more, huh?
Yeah, you do. Maybe they have the answers, because I don't. The Yankees don't seem to either.
Big can give us some advice. They came back from 3-0.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
It's not over. It's not over. All right, we
got another Yogi Berra quote.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
All right, coming up, caught on camera, a college roommate chasing after an alleged porch pirate. What happened when they caught up with him?
Plus, what the lawyer for the Menendez brothers may do to get them on the fast track to being released from prison.
And Sean Diddy Combs hit with more new lawsuits.
Coming up, Eva Longoria and Dave Vine, Joy Randolph are both here live in Times Square. We'll be right back.
Back here on GMA, Michael, I remember you talking with these two, Luke Combs and Eric Churchill. They performed at the concert for Carolina at Charlotte's Bank of America Stadium. That event raised over $24.5 million and counting for Hurricane Helene relief efforts.
Well done, guys.
Yeah. Following a lot of headlines right now. Former Trump advisor Steve Bannon was released from federal prison early this morning after serving a 4-month sentence for contempt of Congress. Bannon is expected at a press conference in New York City later this afternoon. He faces a new trial for defrauding Trump supporters in December. Also right now, JP Morgan has begun suing customers who took advantage of a temporary glitch in its system that went viral on TikTok. It allowed people to deposit big checks at ATMs and then withdraw the money immediately. The 2 people and 2 businesses in the initial lawsuit are accused of taking out more than $600,000 after depositing fraudulent checks.
Also, a new threat assessment by federal and New York law enforcement says this weekend's New York City Marathon is a potential target for those seeking to commit acts of violence. More than 2 million spectators and over 51,000 runners will participate in the event this Sunday. Officials say there is no specific actionable threat, but law enforcement will be paying attention to the city's iconic bridges, and they're also concerned about the use of drones, which are not allowed. And take a look at this. Hurts me to see it, but it happened. Calvin Austin, the third, returned a punt 73 yards for a touchdown. Yep, there he goes, off to the races.
Michael, what's going on with your team, man?
If I knew it, I could tell you, but I have no idea, Robin. But that helped the Steelers beat them last night in overtime. Pittsburgh has won 22 straight home games under the Monday Night Lights, dating back to 1992. Wow. Yeah, pretty impressive record right there. And we've got a lot more ahead, including World Series champions David Ortiz, Derek Jeter, and Alex Rodriguez with Fox host Kevin Burkhardt. They are all here talking about if the Yankees can stage an epic comeback or if the Dodgers will win it all. That's coming up, George.
Right now, new allegations against Sean Diddy Combs. New civil lawsuits accuse the hip-hop mogul of horrific sexual assault in one case against a 10-year-old boy. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky here with the details. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, George. Sean Combs is already fighting multiple sex assault allegations, each one more disturbing than the next. His latest accuser says he was 10 years old at the time. This morning, a California man alleges he was 10 years old when Sean Combs sexually assaulted him during a 2005 visit to New York. He was trying to break into the music industry, and his civil lawsuit says his parents left him with a consultant who brought him to meet Combs. The lawsuit says Combs complimented plaintiff on his rapping and told plaintiff that he could make him a star. Then the lawsuit says Combs abruptly pushed plaintiff down and said words to the effect of, "You have to do some stuff you don't want to do sometimes," before forcing him to perform a sex act. Diddy's legal team said the lawyer behind this lawsuit is interested in media attention rather than the truth, and repeated that Mr. Combs never sexually assaulted or trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor. In another new civil lawsuit, a man alleges he was 17 and auditioning for Making the Band when Combs assaulted him under the guise of questioning how he would handle situations involving sexual pressure. Combs denied this claim, too.
These newly filed civil cases against Diddy are not operationally going to have an effect on his criminal trial. Now, if there is new evidence that is not in the hands of law enforcement that does come out during the civil trial, law enforcement can look at that information and determine if they're going to use it in their case against Diddy.
The new lawsuits are the latest in a long list of civil claims against the music mogul. An Arizona woman says she took these images of Combs at a 2014 party in his Las Vegas hotel suite where she claimed he sexually assaulted her. And a then 13-year-old girl said Combs attacked her after the VMAs in the year 2000. Combs attended the award show with his then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez. Combs denies all of it. Each of the lawsuits is filed individually, leaving Combs to fight the accusations in multiple courtrooms. Combs has pleaded not guilty to criminal charges and is being held without bail at the federal jail in Brooklyn. A judge has described conditions there as dreadful, and there's an ongoing operation to rid the place of weapons and drugs.
The conditions of the jail are what Diddy is arguing should also be why he should have at-home detention before trial. This investigation could lend some credence to that argument.
Combs was once a prominent record producer, liquor promoter, media chairman, fashion executive. The criminal charges and the civil claims have damaged his reputation and diminished his wealth, although, guys, he is still thought to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
But those civil lawsuits could wipe that out in a second.
Ruin it all, for sure.
Aaron Katursky, thanks very much.
All right, thank you, guys. Now to the latest on convicted killers Lyle and Eric Menendez. Their attorney is considering asking for a change of conviction. Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman is in Los Angeles. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Michael. The attorney for the Menendez brothers, who's promised to have them home by Thanksgiving, is angling to fast-track them to release from prison by convincing a judge here in L.A. to reduce their 1996 conviction for murder to voluntary manslaughter. This morning, that new effort by the attorney for the Menendez brothers to expedite their release. Mark Garrigo saying he may try to get their conviction for murder reduced to voluntary manslaughter.
I think they're cautiously optimistic that they can see some real relief at this point.
Their family also hopeful.
They have served a penance, and now it's time for them to come home.
Last week, the LA District Attorney with that recommendation for resentencing after new evidence prompted him to re-examine the case, but seeming to stand by the brothers' conviction for murder. What do you tell people in your own office who say these two young men clearly premeditated this murder?
We're not letting them off. Okay, first of all, I have to be very clear. Those were brutal murders. They were premeditated, and that's why they got life without the possibility.
But you are recommending that they be released essentially immediately.
I am recommending that they be released because I believe that The people that they were is not the same people that we're seeing 35 years later.
Eric and Lyle Menendez are currently serving sentences of life without parole for the grisly shotgun murders of their parents in 1989. If a judge agrees to resentencing, their case would still require the sign-off of the California Parole Board and the state's governor, Gavin Newsom, a process that could take a year. But if a judge recommends that Eric and Lyle's murder conviction be reduced to voluntary manslaughter, they could be released immediately.
Both paths could lead to freedom for the Menendez brothers. However, if the judge were to downgrade the charge of murder to voluntary manslaughter, they would be entitled to immediate release. They would have already served the maximum amount of time.
On his weekly podcast, Politicking, Governor Newsom weighing in.
What matters are the facts. What matters is justice and fairness, not treating them any worse because they're celebrities, not treating them certainly any better because they're celebrities.
The Menendez brothers never denied killing their parents, but insisted they acted in self-defense after claiming they suffered years of sexual abuse at the hands of their father and fearing for their lives.
I wanted to die. In a way, I did not protect Lyle.
The DA telling me the brothers would likely not have been convicted of murder had the trial taken place today. But there's a long way to go here. A Superior Court judge still has to be chosen here in L.A. And the brothers' attorney tells me only once he knows who the judge is will he decide whether to file to recall their original conviction. Guys.
We'll have to wait and see what happens there, Matt. Thanks so much. Now, with the young women who took matters into their own hands when they chased down a suspected porch pirate. Rebecca Jarvis is here with a story and what people should really do in this type of situation. Good morning to you, Rebecca.
Yes, nice to see you, Robin. Porch pirates caused up to $8 billion in theft last year, and these women, they recently took those matters into their own hands when someone else got a hold of their packages.
Excuse me!
Call it the nightmare before Halloween. Watch as an alleged thief snatches a package containing costumes from a porch in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
I swear to God, if that's my Halloween costume.
Even though it's not recommended by law enforcement, the victims instinctively reacting, chasing the suspect in their car.
In the moment, it was like fight or flight, and I was like, no package is going to be here if I reorder it.
And we jump up and we follow her all the way down into outside.
Yeah, we're like, if we're doing this, we're doing it together.
Do you want the police called? Give me the package.
I felt in the moment like I was invincible. I know now that it could have ended very badly.
With their package full of Halloween costumes, medications, and some TV cables back in hand, the girls calling the police.
We made a police report. He made sure to tell us, like, that's not safe.
Porch pirates caused up to $8 billion in theft last year alone and seem to be getting more and more brazen. In June, I rode along with members of the Metropolitan Police Department of Washington, D.C.'s 5th District on one of their decoy package operations.
This is an area where there's a really high amount of theft.
Yes. Officers work with community members, leaving packages equipped with air tags in high crime areas with the hopes of reducing thefts like these. People knowing that this is happening in its own way keeps people from doing this because they're afraid that that package might be the one that was dropped off by the police department.
Correct, and that's really the main goal. It's really looking at behavioral change as opposed to punitive change.
The program leading to a 17% reduction in theft. And again, thankfully, these young college women, they were not hurt. Chasing after a porch pirate, generally not recommended. But there are a few things that you can do to deter them. Obviously, track your packages, require a signature, sign up for notifications. If you can't be at home at the time of delivery, talk to a neighbor, ship to an Amazon locker, or do the store pickup option. Also, installing motion detectors, lights, security cameras, and a doorbell camera, Ring, Wise, Blink, they all have them for about $150. That can be a big deterrence as well, guys.
That's a big help right
Yep.
there. All right, Rebecca, we appreciate you as
Thank
always.
you.
Now with big news about Gisele Bündchen. The supermodel and her boyfriend are reportedly expecting their first child together. And you got those details for us, Larry.
I
Good
do,
morning.
Robin. This will be her third child. Congrats to Gisele. She shares two of them with Tom Brady, whom she divorced 2 years ago. And this morning, People magazine is revealing the 44-year-old is thrilled about her growing family and, again, taking a step back from the spotlight to focus on having a healthy pregnancy. This morning, supermodel Gisele Bündchen pregnant with baby number 3. In an exclusive, a source reportedly telling People, Bündchen and her boyfriend, 35-year-old jiu-jitsu instructor Joaquim Valente, are happy for this new chapter in their life, and they're looking forward to creating a peaceful and loving environment for the whole family.
According to a source, they're really trying to make sure that this next phase of their lives is one where the whole family will be comfortable.
This new addition will join Bündchen's 2 other children, whom she shares and co-parents with ex-husband and former NFL star Tom Brady. The two making headlines with their divorce in 2022 after 13 years of marriage. In the 2 years since her divorce, the 44-year-old shifting her focus to health and healing, releasing a cookbook, and starting a new relationship. A source reportedly telling People Bündchen and Valente began dating in June of 2023 after he had been training the supermodel and her kids in self-defense. And sources reportedly telling People the couple has set up home base in Miami to be closer to her native Brazil, where she can more readily communicate and visit with family. ABC News has reached out to Gisele and Joaquim for comment. We have not yet heard back, but again, we wish them congratulations.
We certainly do. All right. Thank you so much, Lara. Coming up, Davine Joy Randolph and Eva Longoria. They are both here live in our studio, so come on back.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m., 7 days to go. Overnight, Vice President Harris in Michigan, with running mate Tim Walz by her side, working to win over working-class voters, with a message on the economy and American manufacturing. As Harris prepares to make her closing argument in Washington, at the same site Trump rallied his supporters before they rioted at the Capitol on January 6th. With former President Trump in Georgia, as his campaign scrambles to contain the fallout from his Madison Square Garden rally, after one comedian called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage.
No tricks here, just treats. Lori B is in the lab whipping up the best Halloween snacks this year.
Doesn't that kind of look cool?
From a charcuterie board to bruschetta and more.
And we've got serious star power in Times Square. Oscar winner Davine Joy Randolph is talking Only Murders in the Building. Plus, Eva Longoria is talking about her role on the hit show and her new cookbook celebrating Mexican food.
And one win away.
It's ripped down the line. It is gone.
The Dodgers on the brink of a World Series title. Can the Yankees stage a comeback for the ages? We go inside the Fall Classic with Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez, David Big Papi Ortiz, and Kevin Burkhardt, as they say.
Good morning, America.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA.
This is GMA. Good morning, America. And you know, we love seeing friendly faces join us here in Times Square outside, including Henrietta from Chicago with her wonderful sign, I'm in. She actually saw our promo about us all being in. It's wonderful that she's here with us. And also this morning, we go back into Lori's lab for the tricks to making some scary, good Halloween treats. That's coming up.
Looking forward to that. And also ahead, the once popular restaurant closing more locations. We break down the trend.
Yeah, changing times. We're going to start with a look at the top stories breaking at 8. State of the presidential race tight as ever with 7 days until the final votes. Donald Trump in Georgia, Kamala Harris, Tim Walz in Michigan overnight. And we want to go back to our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, who's in Detroit. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning again, George. Well, 1 week to go, and Kamala Harris is now really trying to hammer and drive home what she says are the two extremely different visions for America that voters are now facing. She's trying to mobilize her supporters to the polls and also reach out to that tiny sliver of undecided voters who may still be on the fence. Now, overnight here in the critical state of Michigan, Harris was on the trail with her running mate, Tim Walz, for the first time in weeks. And in these final days, Harris is really pitting her vision for the presidency against Donald Trump's, asking Americans to picture the Oval Office 3 months from now, contrasting her to-do list for the American people with Trump's enemies list and vows for revenge and retribution. And she is accusing Trump of sowing hate and division after speakers at his weekend rally made those racist, sexist, and bigoted remarks. Now, today, Harris will deliver her closing argument in Washington, speaking at the exact same site where Donald Trump addressed his supporters on January 6th. But this major address today, I'm told, will be about more than just the threat that Harris says Trump poses to democracy. She's trying really to paint a picture for America Americans of the kind of president she would be and how she would deliver for them. Michael.
All right, Mary, thank you. And let's bring back Rachel Scott tracking the Trump campaign from Palm Beach. Good morning again, Rachel.
Hey, Michael, good morning to you. And we've made our way inside of Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. This is where the former president, in just a few hours, will try to get ahead of Vice President Kamala Harris's closing arguments with his own statement to his supporters as well as the press. But in the final stretch, it is Donald Trump who has found himself on defense, still fending off accusations from his own former chief of staff, John Kelly, and his rival, Vice President Kamala Harris, that he is a fascist. Those comments clearly getting under his skin. He brought it up multiple times during his rally in battleground Georgia just last night. And the Trump campaign still trying to contain the fallout from that rally in Madison Square Garden over the weekend, where the campaign invited a speaker who referred to Puerto Rico as an island of floating garbage. Now, Donald Trump himself has not disavowed those comments. His campaign did release a statement saying that those views do not reflect any reviews from the former president or the campaign. But sources do tell us, Robin, that there was even some debate internally over whether to even put out that statement, Robin.
It is lively where you are this morning there, Rachel. Thank you so very, very much for the hard work. We're going to turn now to TGI Fridays, closing nearly 50 locations within the past week alone. Elizabeth Schulze joins us with more on the once popular restaurant. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Hey, good morning, Robin. And this really is a reflection of how some restaurants are struggling to cater to customers who are on a budget. TGI Fridays has reportedly closed nearly 50 of its roughly 200 locations in the U.S. in the past week as it considers filing for bankruptcy. The company didn't respond to a request for comment, but local reports say that some of these locations closing are in California, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. TGI Fridays has admitted that it needs to revitalize its brand amid slowing sales. And this is a trend that we've seen at other chains like Red Lobster. The seafood brand declared bankruptcy and shuttered locations this spring after that $20 all-you-can-eat shrimp promotion took a big toll on its bottom line. We have seen that many consumers are choosing to cook at home instead of eat out amid those stubbornly high costs. While grocery prices, you can see they're up around 1% in the past year, the cost of dining out is up nearly 4%. And that is why we've seen casual restaurant chains like Chili's, some of those competitors rolling out promotions and deals to try to win back customers. Guys.
Okay. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. And now we have a GMA exclusive. Michael and his remarkable daughter, Isabella, spoke about the 1-year anniversary of her cancer diagnosis. It's on the cover of Town and Country magazine's philanthropy issue.
Yeah, it's been an experience. It's an entire experience. It literally brought out the incredible way that we show up for each other as family. And Isabella said there's never a moment that she lets go by without telling us that she loves us, which I got to say, as a father, is an incredible feeling.
Oh, I love what you just said, and those pictures say it all.
Yeah, she looks great. She makes me look good, I can tell you that.
Oh, my goodness. Can't believe it's been a year.
It's been a year.
Yeah. But
just turned 20 yesterday.
Oh, no, and where'd you go?
Disneyland. That's right.
You should have seen him with the ears.
I had the ears, the sweatshirts, everything. I was in.
You're in.
I'm all in.
But I know the hope is that the openness increases the understanding everyone has for families that are going through times like that. So thank you for being so sharing like that. And you can read more from Michael and Isabella now in Town and Country.
All right, thank you, Robin. All right, coming up in our GMA morning menu, we have 3 World Series champions here: Jeter, A-Rod, Big Papi, and Kevin Burkhardt, who's the man who has to keep them all in line on the Fox broadcast, where they're all here to talk about the Fall Classic.
Well, said we go to Lori's Laboratory to try some of the Halloween treats going viral this season.
Plus, beauty expert Millie Almodovar is here with fall fixes to protect your skin in this chilly weather. Lara, you've got 2 special guests with you.
Very special, Robin. So happy to say that Da'Vine Joy Randolph is here and Eva Longoria is also here. Both of these gorgeous ladies star on one of our favorites, Only Murders in the Building. And Eva's got a brand new cookbook. We're going to cook. We're going to chat. It's all coming up on Good Morning America.
It's crisp morning here in Times Square, and tomorrow Carrie Russell's going to be here. She's going to tell us about the new season of The Diplomat. We are looking forward to that. Hey, Michael.
Hey, George. Now to our GMA cover story. The Dodgers taking a 3-0 lead over the Yankees. They're just 1 win away from capturing the World Series. And joining us now, the Fox pre- and post-game host, Derek Jeter. David Big Papi Ortiz, Alex Rodriguez, and Kevin Burkhardt. Yes. And of all three, thank you guys for waking up early. I know this is, beyond your scope of, usually sleeping for another 5 hours, being athletes.
You know we love you getting up this early.
We were all talking, everybody's talking before the series, talking about, okay, World Series, you're talking about Shohei Ohtani, you're talking about Aaron Judge. These guys are going to be the bats that are going to carry their teams. But it's been Freddie Freeman with the Dodgers, game 1. There you go. Home run. Sealed it, put the bat up. Game 2, he hit a home run. Last night, he hit a home run in the first inning that pretty much, was all they really needed. So what can the Yankees do to turn it around? Somebody give us hope here in New York. What we got, fellas? Just to all of you.
Well, go ahead.
No, want the ex-Yankees tell us.
I think, look, Derek's been saying it all along. I think it starts with just one win. I mean, right, these guys did it in 2004 against us.
They're not like us.
They're not like us. It starts with one game, and then take it from there.
You see, David hasn't slept last night. He hasn't slept last night. So he's coming in rare
I'm used
form.
to this time in the morning, bro.
That's the beauty. Is you don't need music for that. It just happens organically.
He's still coming in from last night right now. But you're all World Series champions, as we pointed out. And Derek, we got a little clip here of you back in 2001, your walk-off home run in Game 4. And for all of us who have never played baseball, obviously, what is that moment like? And you see other guys do it here in this series, but what is that moment like?
I don't think you really can articulate it. I think in that particular year, it's 2000, it was post-September 11th. And that was probably as loud as I've heard Yankee Stadium. And, I think everyone as a kid, I'm sure you had football dreams growing up playing in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
For us, it's, you're in the backyard and you're up in the bottom of the 9th inning and you're going to hit a walk-off home run in the World Series. So it's almost like you're floating in it on air.
And A-Rod, Aaron Judge, he's struggling at the plate. And you guys are all formidable players and hitters and everything else. What's going through his mind right now? Because I'm sure everybody's struggled at the plate, but this is like the World Series. All the pressure's on you. What's going through his mind right now? How can he get out of this slump that he's in?
Well, it's so disappointing. I know that Aaron is one of the best guys in our game, but he had one of the most historic seasons back-to-back. But my concern, and we were talking with the guys last night, is when it goes from physical to potentially physical to mental, that's most concerning. Because physicality, you can always get a jam shot here and there. But in your mind, when you start doubting yourself and you read his body language, he's really down. But for me, it's just stay with one bat at a time, one pitch, and one swing. Hopefully he can get going tonight.
And Big Papi, you were down 0-3. You were down. Red Sox, you came back and beat a team. These two guys were on it with the Yankees in 2004. What do you tell your teammates? What did you guys say in that locker room when you know you're down and you got to win 4 games in a row against a formidable team like the Yankees? Same situation the Yankees find themselves in against LA. What do you tell your teammates in that locker room?
Yeah, tell us, Papa.
Michael, I'm not ready to share my secret right here in New York.
We need you, Papi. Help us.
On a serious note, when you are 0-3, I mean, you need more motivation than anything else. Like tonight, something that will motivate me as a Yankee fan is if at 7:55 I see Garrett Cole walking to the bullpen. I'll be like, okay, guys, it's on, baby. Everybody have to have their spikes on tonight. There's not tomorrow if you don't win today.
So you got to put it all out there.
Everybody has to be ready.
Hey, Michael, don't forget the last 3 outs. Mariano Rivera did such a great job. Are always the hardest. But in a 7-game series, the hardest win is always the last one. So, Papa, you said the pressure's still on the Dodgers to close them out. Everyone knows they're going to win. Now they got to close it, so maybe the Yankees can spark.
Yeah, but I remember watching that series when you guys won 1, then you won 2. When you won 3, I said, oh no. You just see it was just the comeback was on.
But one thing you had to keep.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But one thing you got to keep in mind is we were scoring runs, even if we were down. Like Game 3, when they won Game 3, it was like 18-9. So at least we were scoring run or something like that. So they're not.
they got to find a way to hit the
They
ball.
have to find a way.
Get on base and get people to home plate. And Kevin, you're the MVP to me. I mean, you got to wrangle these guys. What's that like?
Hey, wrangle's a good word. I'm going to use that on the air. You know what, Michael? You know how it is. It's the coolest thing is that I feel like we're just like a bunch of buddies. Well, we are, and just watching on the couch like any other fan. So sitting watching the game after we do the pregame and seeing all these knuckleheads scream at the TV like I would be doing, that's the best part. So I just enjoy being around them and having some fun. And they let me bust their chops, so I appreciate that. We have a good time.
Well, I appreciate you guys showing up here. We can't let you go without telling us who you think is going to win it all. You have a paddle there. Who is going to win it all?
That's a tough one.
The paddle.
LA or New York? What do we got? Oh, okay. What do you got, Kevin? Kevin, don't look at see what Jeter picks. What do you got?
I mean, it's 3-0, Michael. I mean, it's hard to go against that, man.
Okay.
First of all, it's a little unfair. Thanks for having us after. Don't be afraid to invite us before the series starts.
Okay.
But I think we're reversing what happened in Boston.
Really?
I think New York.
Okay, all right. 2-2. Well, let me tell you what. Everybody at home, you can see. I'm going there. All right. No quit in us, Yankees. And you can see Game 4 of the World Series tonight at 8 Eastern on Fox. Be there and check these guys out, everybody. Back over to you, Lara.
All right, thank you, Michael. We're with you guys. And now it's getting a little bit scary over here because we're in Lori's laboratory. Halloween, just a couple of days now. And Lori Bergamato is counting down with really simple tricks to getting into the holiday spirit.
Halloween is right around the corner. An endless array of scary good recipes have gone viral online. And I'm going to try some of these in my laboratory. This charcuterie board looks like a bone-chilling blast.
You just need a triangle of Brie cheese. You're gonna cut the tops off so it's in the shape of a coffin.
Pick up some candy eyeballs.
A pecan mouth. Scary fun. And next, for our gory goat cheese log, all you need is 1 log of goat cheese, and then for some creepy raspberry jelly, and of course, you want to finish it off with a special Halloween tool. And now for bat treats. So you're going to take a chocolate peanut butter candy cup, a chocolate wafer cookie, and you're going to add a little bit of frosting to each edge, and then of course, you can't forget our googly eyes. Simply Batty. If you don't have the time to make something, you can just add googly eyes to anything you have in the fridge. Ooh. Doesn't that kind of look cool? If you want something that's scary but sophisticated, try bruschetta. So you have tomato, bruschetta mixture here. You're just gonna take the mozzarella cheese and cut it, the bottom, into the form of a ghost. Add some balsamic glaze eyes, and then assemble.
Boo!
Manja. If you want a treat that's hauntingly good but eerily easy, Witch's Cupcakes. You just take 1 cupcake, 1 cone, and satisfyingly smush it down. Ta-da!
But are these treats tasty or terrifying? My brave 4-year-old Stella tried first.
Okay, give it a shot. You like it? Thumbs up.
Then my daughter Gemma brought some friends to test these treats.
I'm having another bat. This one's really good.
Yeah, you guys can take them.
Ooh, that was good.
So ladies, did you like coming to Lori's laboratory?
Yes.
So good. So fun. And really, you can do anything. Turn it into a little Halloween theme. We took these clementines that are healthy, made them look like pumpkins, popped a little celery in there for the stem.
Sneaking in a veggie. Great ideas, Lori. Thank you.
Ooh, now for our new series, Fall Fixes. In the seasons, it changes, and the temperatures, they change, they drop. Our skincare needs change, too. This morning, lifestyle expert. I always want to be a lifestyle expert. Millie Almodovar is here with her fall beauty problem solvers. right. They're all shoppable. All shoppable on our website.
All of them.
All under $40. You always bring it.
You know I gotta bring it, girl.
Okay. All right. First problem, itchy skin.
Yes, itchy skin. Your solution. This is the Inculus. It's the glycolic acid exfoliating stick. Now, why do you like this? First of all, you know in the winter your skin, you're scratching. Yes, girl. This has 7% glycolic acid, so it's gonna exfoliate your skin. It's gonna bring out that new skin. Then it has 10% shea butter, so it's gonna hydrate, moisturize. Yeah, if you suffer from KP, which is like rough, itchy skin, this is a product that will work for you. And it went viral this year. It was released this year, and it went viral. And guess what?
What?
$18.
Okay, can't beat that.
Hello.
All right. You're already helping a little bit here because dry hands in this weather.
Yeah, we forget our hands, and you can't. So yes, dry hands, and the solution, it's the Grown Alchemist. It's restorative hand cream. Okay, first of all, 20% shea butter on this. But you know what I like about this? It has that 20% shea butter, but it's lightweight. You know, a lot of times you put hand cream on and then you're like wiping your hand, no, you don't have to do that with this. It gets right in, very lightweight, has vitamin E, sea buckthorn. So it's also anti-aging your hands. Don't forget to anti-age those hands. The hands reveal it all. $26.
Bring it all. Okay. Sometimes your skin gets a little dull. You need a little pick-me-up.
You need a little pick-me-up. Okay, yes. So the problem is the skin is dull.
Okay.
Solution, this is the Indeed Lab. It's the vitamin C brightening drops. Why do you need it? First of all, I tell everyone, vitamin C is a must. Why do you need this one? This one is encapsulated. And what does that mean? That means that my hands are shaking. That means you make me nervous, Robin. No, that means it is going to absorb 15 times better than regular vitamin C. It also has hyaluronic acid, so it's going to hydrate your skin. And Robin, $19.99.
Okay, I got ahead of myself. I thought this was the lips. This is for the lips. Put it on. My bad. This is the lips.
Listen, problem, chapped, dry lips. The solution, Dr. Jart Plus Vital Hydra Hydrating Lip Mask. Okay, first of all, how cute is this? It's like
adorable.
This little, it's this little jelly button thing. But hyaluronic acid, and you know why you want hyaluronic acid on your lips? Because hyaluronic acid, it attracts moisture to your lips. A lot of these other lip balms on the market, they're actually drying your lips more. Not this one, because of that hyaluronic acid, your lips stay hydrated. And Robin, $25.
And it went through the vitamin C, so it really helped. All right.
Okay, dry, flaky scalp, huge problem. The solution, Briogeo Scalp Revival. This is their scalp treatment. Okay, first of all, this has charcoal. Do you know what?
Into my scalp.
No, I'm not. Well, I can put it on mine. No. Let's put it on. Okay, so this has charcoal in it, and charcoal is great because it attracts dirt, it attracts product buildup, right? But then it also has tea tree oil. Why is tea tree oil great? Tea tree oil calms, it soothes your scalp. And then it also has peppermint. What does peppermint do? Cools down the scalp.
Okay.
Your scalp will feel amazing, and this is only $32.
Okay, now the problem is dry hair.
Dry hair. Let me tell you, the solution, Fenty hair, this is the comeback kid. Okay, this is from our girl Rihanna. Well, let me tell you, this product is meant to repair your hair from the inside out. This is a Harper's Bazaar winner. It is it just like repairs it. If you have curls like I do, curls. Let me tell you, it is going to just bring those curls back to when you first had them. Also, the cool thing about this product, you can't overuse it. You can use it as many times as you want. It's gentle, and it works on all hair types. $36.
You got it all in, Millie.
Girl, we did it, babe.
And she's going to be back tomorrow with more fall fixes, solutions to cold weather problems at home. Coming up, we got Davine Joy Randolph.
Oh, she's amazing.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
Our next guest is fabulous and has been having an amazing year. She won an Oscar for her role in The Holdover. She's killing it on every red carpet she walks, and she's back on everyone's favorite New York detective in the new season of Only Murders in the Building. Davine Joy Randolph is here, back on GMA. You're with us on GMA. Davine, oh my gosh. You know, you are blessed and highly favored. I said that the moment I saw you. You've been working hard, and you're getting your flowers while you're here. Not only are you working it in Hollywood, but also on the red carpet. The fashion.
Yes.
How much fun is that for you?
It's so much fun. I've always wanted that. I've always had fun with clothes, even growing up. That was such a part of my experience. My mom would wake me up early, and we would go shopping on the weekends, and that whole shop till you drop was a thing. And so it's so much fun.
And designers are reaching out to you now.
which is, it means so much to me because it's a very rare thing in general. And then also to be completely transparent, of a woman of my size, where, you know, off the rack, they don't even sell it. And to have these different designers want to make custom pieces is a big deal. It's a really big deal. I'm so excited. Yeah.
Well, and we're excited. Only Murders in the Building. Donna Williams, detective, is back. That's you. And, but your character is now fond of, you know, the characters of Steve Martin Short and Selena Gomez. What's it like working with those three?
They're the best. They're the best. They're some of the most professional people I've ever met that don't take themselves too seriously. They have an impeccable work ethic, and it's just a blast. And it's so amazing. You know, these two guys in particular, they all are, but they're legends. And to imagine that they're this age working, they have more energy than we do. They're constantly trying to figure out, you know, what's funny. Is this funny? Do we try this? I thought, you know, they're going to rely on their laurels, which would be amazing and fantastic. And they're constantly trying to reinvent stuff. And it's such an amazing example to have. So they set this beautiful tone for all of us. And I know it's a huge reason as to the show's success. Because everyone's just pushing each other to be better.
Let's take a look at a clip.
Do not let anything happen to Galifianakis. Someone is trying to kill us, detective. Kill me.
As someone has wanted to kill you for the past 3 years, I understand.
Rude.
How are Zach and Glenn?
Well, Stubbins is stable but unconscious. The bullet struck the plate in his head and deflected to Galifianakis. But don't worry, it did not hit any of his organs. Oh no, that lucky piece of adorable comedy man meat.
Oh my gosh. We don't see him there, but your character is also crushing on Zach Galifianakis.
Yes.
Full of surprises.
Plot twist, right? Yeah. No, which was not hard to do because I am so fond of him as an actor in real life. But no, it's hilarious. It's so fun, and she's gets nervous around him, but then in her own way, the only way that she knows to express emotion is through being feisty and sassy, and it's so funny. It is such a blast.
Tell us about the movie musical Atlantis.
Yes. So right after award season, maybe like 2 weeks after the Oscars, I began filming for this new movie called Atlantis. And it is loosely based on Pharrell Williams' life. I get to play the mother figure. Michel Gondry is the director. So it has a very unique and fun visual aspect. Pharrell Williams, obviously. Calvin Harris Jr. is so good. You guys are going to adore him in it. It's just, it feels good. It's a great coming of age of a young black man who's trying to find his way. And it's a really beautiful story and a musical like we've never seen before. Yeah, I'm really excited. And we kept just saying as we were filming, I love this idea of celebrating black joy and the idea of, you know, it takes place in the projects and they actually don't have much, but seeing how this family and this community can make a lot out of a little, and how as a community they come together to support each other. It's beautiful. The songs are amazing. The cast is unbelievable. I'm really excited.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
You had me at Pharrell.
I know, me too, right? I was like, sign me up.
So, yeah. And something else you did, Mahalia Jackson and Rustin.
Yes.
You said she was on your dream list of people to play. Who else was on your list?
Leontine Price, actually. Yeah, I really, really like her. I started off as a classically trained opera singer, so that's like my little side passion and love. And she just has such a phenomenal story. It's ironic, we were actually here yesterday in the library trying to get, you know, because we're here in New York, so we went to the Performing Arts Library at Lincoln Center. And unfortunately, there's not that much about her, which fuels me, actually, and makes me really excited and really pushes me even forward. To me, it's a sign of her story needs to be told. Yeah, so
that's exciting.
Yeah, she's really special.
But I just love how you threw that out there. You know, I just haven't sing opera. I'm an opera singer. I'm over here going, my side gig is I play marbles. Like, wow.
Yeah, I started off as a singer. Yeah, I started off as a singer on a dare. I ended up getting to a performing arts school where all they did was classical music, and I didn't know that. And so I learned classical music by default. And then my peers had let me know, like, this is a natural gift that you have.
Yeah.
You should go forth and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
I
I'm
know.
so grateful.
And it shows, and it shows. And there's a reason why joy is part of your name, because you bring the
so
joy.
much.
You really do.
Thank
so happy for you. And all episodes of Only Murders in the Building now streaming on Hulu.
We did. Longoria. She is here on GMA this morning. We're so happy to have her. 20 years since Desperate Housewives, and when you rose to fame. Yeah, give it up.
And I look the same.
You do, but you've done such a great job working hard to make Hollywood diverse, and now sharing your heritage again with 100 savory and simple recipes in your new cookbook. It's called My Mexican Kitchen. Eva Longoria, everybody. Thank you for getting up early and being here.
Oh, I love being with y'all. I don't know how you wake up this early every day, but I'm happy to be here.
With pleasure, and especially when we can eat gorgeous meals like this. This is a vegetarian chili, and I was reading your book, and it says that Tex-Mex and Mexican food is really in your DNA.
Yes.
You woke up with breakfast tacos.
Yes. If y'all from Texas, you know what breakfast tacos are.
Love it good.
And then I did Searching for Mexico for CNN.
Yes, you did.
And
Great show.
This cookbook is really a reflection of my time traveling through that entire country, going back to my roots. And so I was like, I've got to document all this. And then before you knew it, I had so many recipes that I was like, oh, I need to share. And also, I'm not a chef. Like I'm like
I'm gonna stir
what is
while
it?
you
A
talk.
diner. I'm like a diner chef. Like a cook. I'm a cook. I'm a short order cook.
Yes.
For my
You're a
family.
Mom. You love to cook for your
I'm
family.
a mom and I love to cook for my family.
Bobby Flay, for one, has said he wants every recipe in this book.
Yes.
You got high praise on it because it's very accessible. It's very user friendly.
Very user friendly. I hate unuser friendly cookbooks. It needs to be really simple and easy. But these are so delicious, and they really are traditional stuff. This is a vegan chili.
Let's talk about
But
this.
you can add meat if you want. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start with some olive oil.
It's really just putting a whole bunch of stuff in a pot.
Throwing some stuff in a
you've got
pot.
the olive oil, obviously, heating up.
Yes.
And it's onions, it's peppers of all
It's
varieties.
all different colored peppers. If you want red ones, orange ones, yellow ones, you could use whatever peppers you want.
And then you're like me, I love all the beans.
I love any bean. You can use any bean. You can salt this, put some pepper on that. And then you want this to cook down until it looks like this.
Exactly.
Right?
So you get that translucent color
and
for your onions.
once it's this color, we're gonna add all of the spices. I add garlic.
That's a lot of
chili.
garlic.
I love garlic.
It smells
There's
really good.
there's no such thing as too little garlic.
Agreed.
Cumin, chili powder. We got some cayenne. I like a spicy chili, so we got some red.
Yeah, I
red
took a sneak
chili.
taste, and it's got some kick.
I know, and cayenne, by the way. And then I like to bake in, like really cook in this flavor into the vegetables.
And how long does it simmer?
This right now, you're just gonna mix in the vegetables. Then we're gonna throw in the beans and our tomatoes and the water, and then it simmers for about 30 minutes.
30 minutes,
and I like to make it a day before.
Yeah, I think day after is
Day
even better.
after is really good, and you can use any beans you want. These are kidney, pinto, cannellini, white beans, whatever beans you have.
You do you. In the meantime, while we let that simmer, I want to ask you about Only Murders in the Building.
I know.
The finale
Davine
is
was
now
here.
streaming.
Yeah.
Davine was here. You're
Davine
in the
was here.
show. What a magical show.
Oh my God.
And I wanted to ask you if you've connected with Selena.
I just saw her. We were in LA together, and so we had a baby reunion.
That's so wonderful.
Mabel and I.
And have you shared any advice with her on navigating the industry? Thank you very much.
You
Put
do
me to work.
something.
I will.
Oh my gosh, early I met Selena a long time ago, and she just has such a good head on her shoulders. She's just
She
a
seems like a
fantastic
true old soul.
Yeah, we're both from Texas. We're both Texican. We're both Mexicans from Texas. And so she's just been such a great role model for so many women. So I didn't have to give her any advice. She's got her head on straight.
She's got it going on.
She really, and it was such a dream to work with Steve Martin and
I just want to show
Marty.
everybody before we go.
Yes.
You also have many desserts in the book.
Oh my God, I love my dessert chapter. I love my.
We don't have time to give the recipe, but we promise we're going to share it with you.
It is tres leches.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're going to go
Tres
with
leches.
that. And it's rich and it's dreamy
it's so
and
rich
it's
and
easy to
dreamy.
make. So I'm
easy.
going to taste.
Yes, but this is the chili. So here's the thing. This is my Super Bowl Sunday chili too. I usually use like ground turkey or ground chicken or leave it vegan. You can scoop it up with your tortilla chips. chips. Use it with a spoon. You can put this on a hot dog. You can put this.
Viva Longoria, we thank you. Michael, Robin, George, come over and eat with us. My Mexican Kitchen is out now, and you can get your recipes on GoodMorningAmerica.com. We thank you so much for being here.
This is so good. Thank you so much.
Ginger, we're going to head over to you now.
Save me a bowl. I love a good chili breakfast. Right? It is time now to reveal our GMA Book Club pick for November. And just in time for Halloween, it's a thriller you are not going to want to miss. It's The Blue Hour by Paula Hawkins, the #1 New York Times bestseller, who wrote The Girl on the Train, which we all loved. Elizabeth Schulze sat down with Paula to talk about this latest book that is being called her best yet. You can see that conversation tomorrow on GMA, and The Blue Hour is available now. Now to building awareness for a rare neurological condition called ataxia. It affects tens of thousands of people around the world, including some members of Bill Nye the Science Guy's family. This segment is sponsored by the National Ataxia Foundation, and they're teaming up with Bill to raise awareness for this little-known condition.
Greetings, Bill Nye here.
Beloved educator and comedian Bill Nye the Science Guy is using his famous brain to bring attention to something close to his heart.
In my family, some of us have a condition called ataxia. No taxi, no getting around easily. Taxi! Oh my.
Ataxia is a sign of a rare neurological condition. In Bill's family, it's genetic.
The symptoms in my family: losing your balance, difficulty walking, fine motor skills degrade. The one that really bothers people with it is inability to swallow. And then in my sister's case, your eyes jerk like this. They say my dad was fired from one of his first jobs because they thought he was drunk. But it wasn't booze, it was his genes.
In Bill's family, you have a 50% chance of being born with the gene pattern that leads to ataxia. Working with our sponsor, the National Ataxia Foundation, Bill only recently found out that he doesn't have it, and likely never will.
You, as a normal person, probably lose your balance now and then. People drop stuff. Well, I thought every time that happened in my life, it was ataxia coming on at last.
Ataxia typically impacts the cerebellum, which is the part of the brain that helps coordinate movement.
Various forms of ataxia are much more common than people realize. Multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, certain Huntington's diseases may actually be better described as ataxia. What we want is for people to get tested as soon as they can so we can start sorting this out.
The type of ataxia that affects Bill's family is caused by recently discovered repeating pattern in their DNA. While it has no FDA-approved treatment, that discovery is a step towards eliminating it in future generations.
It's the most exciting time in ataxia research. And if you're into it, you can check out ataxia.org/Bill Nye.
And while his parents didn't pass ataxia onto him, they did pass on this important lesson.
Leave the world better than you found it. If I can raise awareness of ataxia, and this will lead to a better quality of life for many people, that's something I should do.
A big thank you to Bill, his family, and our sponsor, the National Ataxia Foundation, for sharing all of that important story. Bill hopes that more discoveries made through research could lead to new treatments and therapies. Now coming up here on GMA, the cast of the Broadway smash hit Hadestown performing live. Stick around.
We are back with the Tony Award-winning musical sensation Hadestown, now celebrating its 5th year on Broadway at the Walter Kerr Theater. Here to sing a medley of If It's True and Wait for Me are Jordan Fisher, Maia Reficco, and the cast of Hadestown.
If it's true what they say, if there's nothing to be done, if it's true that it's too late, and the girl I love is gone, if it's true what they say, is this how the world is? To be beaten and betrayed and then be told that nothing changes. It'll always be like this if it's true what they say. I'll be on my way. And the boy turned to go, 'cause he thought no one could hear. But everybody knows that walls have ears. I believe our answer matters more than anything they say. We stand and listen. if there is still a will, then there is still a way.
We're standing with him.
I believe there is a way. I believe in us together more than anyone alone.
We're standing near him.
I believe that with each other, we are stronger than we know. I believe we are stronger than they know. I believe that we are many. I believe that they are few.
We're standing,
And it isn't for the few to tell the many what is true.
We understand.
So I ask you, is it true what they say? I'll be on my way. Tell me what to do. Is it true? Is it true what they say?
Show the way so we can see. Show the way the world could be. If you can do it, so can she. If she can do it, so can we. Show the way the world could be. Show the way so we believe. We will follow where you lead. We will follow if you show the way.
Think they'll make it?
I don't know.
Show the way.
Hades, you let them go.
Show the way.
I let them try.
And how about you and I?
Show the way.
Are we gonna try again?
Show the way.
It's time for spring. We'll try again next fall.
Wait for me.
I will.
Wait for me. I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming with you. Wait, I'm coming.
Show the way.
I'm coming, wait for me. I hear the walls repeating, the falling of our feet, and it sounds like running. And we are not alone. I hear the rocks inside, echoing our song. I'm coming.
What a performance. Big thanks to the cast of Hadestown. Thank you all for watching as well.
Have a great day, everybody.
I believe we're stronger than they know.